Hey, team managers. I just wanted to take a few moments to give you some information. I know that our practice schedules are getting super tight. I've had a lot of opportunities to pop in, check out teams, see what's going on. I've gotten a message from you. I'm hoping that our interactions have been really pretty positive and that you've gotten the information you need. Also hoping to be as accommodating as humanly possible. So for those of you that have reached out and asked for some help in, making some of those last sessions go and things like that, we've been able to try to, fit that in as much as possible. You guys have been amazing. I couldn't ask for any better for our kids, for our program. You're just awesome for Parkview. Thank you to all of you from the very bottom of my soul. Sectionals is coming up super fast. I want to make sure that I give everybody some accurate information. I'm going to be making a second video for families in just a few minutes, but I wanted to make sure that you have information that you need. So if you need additional information, if you need to have somebody reach out to parents, things like that, I'm your person on this one. I'm glad to help however I can. On a crazy snow day today, this gives me an opportunity to stop, to breathe, and to really put some things together so that we've got those final pieces in place before we head out to competition on March 8th. First things first, what you need to know right now. The event that we had planned for Saturday, March 1st, where it gives everybody a chance to see everybody else compete, that has been canceled. Not enough parent help, not enough just help in general. And right now, it's not something that any of us as coaches need on our plates. So I have officially canceled that. I will let parents know. It gives you an extra week to finish out those solutions for those of you that need it. I know one of my teams definitely still needs it. So just saying. All team paperwork is due on Friday, February 28th at 11:59 p.m., and that includes making sure you take a picture of your team members and include that in with the paperwork. I noticed that some of you have already started to get on and fill out some of the paperwork. Some of it's really quick and easy to do. Some of it takes a little bit more, and some of it you're going to want to have your team fill out for you, especially if you're a middle level or a secondary level team. If there's anything I can do to help make the process easier, more clear cut, if you just need somebody to take a look at your solution and make sure that you've covered all the grounds with your expense reports, things like that. Also, don't put a lot of pressure on yourself for expense reports. Honestly, if you're staying within budget, a lot of times you can use garage sale prices for a good deal of your materials. So just saying, reach out to me if you have any questions. I'm really happy to help, but those forms do need to get in, and I am keeping track of that on the website so I can see it pretty clearly, and I'll be reaching out to you if I don't see something pop up in the next week or so. The 8 elementary teams will be doing an instant challenge boot camp on Friday, February 21st at Parkview Elementary School in the cafeteria from 3:15 to 5 o'clock with a short parent meeting afterwards for parents that want to stay and get a little extra information. I will be providing the snacks and the drinks for those participants, and while it's not mandatory, it certainly is to your team's benefit to be present, especially for our elementary teams. Middle and secondary level teams, I realize that you have a junior high dance on that day, so I'm not expecting you to come. I would like to see you do a boot camp if you can, but it doesn't have to be prior to sectionals, and I say that because I know how many teams you're going to be up against, and I feel that if you can't work a boot camp in right now, that's fine, but you are going to want to get one in prior to state. And I can help you in any way that you see fit, whether it's me running it for you or whatever. Let's just talk about that, okay? Don't forget to block out Saturday, April 5th, because that is going to be the state DI tournament, and you want to make sure you've got that in and on, and that'll be at Sun Prairie West High School. We'll have more information after sectionals. Quick check on everybody. Does anybody have any needs to be able to get props to Sun Prairie? I know that many of the teams are already figuring it out. If you need help getting them there, have you exhausted your avenues with parents first? Can you divide up stuff and take it with parents? If you can't, and we need to hire a U-Haul, or we need to find a U-Haul or some way to get the stuff up there, I'm going to need to know by the 25th. So please reach out to me if you can't get your props to where they need to be. Also, somebody did ask for for an easel for their team sign, and I can't remember for the life of me who it was. So if you asked for an easel, reach out to me. I have access to multiple easels, so we can get those to you as soon as possible. We have the opportunity to make a little cash for our organization prior to heading out to regionals. Next Saturday, this 22nd, we've been offered the opportunity to run a concession stand at Parkview Elementary School for a girls basketball tournament. It's younger girls, but there's about 8 teams. We don't need a ton there. I'm glad to run the stand myself if I have to that day. If anybody wants to jump in and help, that's fine. But we do need to have families contribute to this effort. So if anybody can contribute things like Gatorade and that sort of thing, there is a sign-up genius that I am including in the link here, and you'll be able to access that, and so will families. T-shirt orders are ready to be placed, and they need to be placed by Monday evening on February 17th. They have to be in, and that includes shirts for coaches as well. We do not have any other opportunities to purchase shirts, and they were not included this year on the registration. So we are just doing Parkview shirts that will be able to be worn at the sectionals, at state, and for those going on to global, if we have any of those, they can wear them at globals as well. They're a baseball style t-shirt. They run about $22, and there's extended sizes. So please plan on ordering your own and get that information. I'm getting it out to parents right now or will be getting it out in a little bit. So they'll have access to that yet today. Okay. Challenge pins have all been ordered, and I will be picking those up on the day of sectionals. What that means is that these are for the individual challenges. So like if you got high wire act or you are in the scientific challenge, I ordered you that challenge pin for your team, for yourself, and I also ordered team manager pins. I will be instructing parents not to purchase any of these. They're not really tradable also. It's kind of interesting when you go to globals, kids don't want to buy them because they've already bought them at their sectionals. They already own these pins. So they're not really collectible, tradable pins. They're just a pin that shows what challenge you were in for the year. So just sending that out right now and letting you know that they have been purchased for team members and for team managers. There is currently a really awesome resource that was shared through Ashley Nelson about the sectional link. And I'm including that link in here, and I will include it in as a link to parents as well. It just has great information about the site that you're going to be at and what's going to be offered that day. So it's a really nice little school. It's not huge at all. It'll be very easy to maneuver around and that sort of thing. So if you have any questions about the actual site, I can tell you that there is an elevator on site and there are wide stairwells. It's not a huge site at all. Okay. So they're pretty receptive also if we have questions, concerns, things like that. There will be multiple places within the school building for you guys to be able to purchase concessions and to be able to purchase a light lunch. I've gone through the schedule and it is pretty close to being complete. We know right now that it's going to be about between 3 and 4 o'clock when the actual awards go. The Rising Stars teams do not need to be there for that. I would love to see everybody, as many people as we can in each of these challenges, especially for our Rising Stars. They're going to be competing early, but it would be great to see the rooms filled for our little ones so that we can show that support for our youngest performers. I want them to enjoy that. So just letting you know about that. And then also the preliminary schedule takes into account the need for our snow cone group that needs to compete early to be able to compete first. And our last group competing will be the high school team. And I know that there's going to be some issues with that. If anything changes or I have to do something on our end, please let me know, Danielle, because you're the ones that are dealing with that particular schedule and with also the need to have kids in multiple places that day. Okay, so I'm releasing a preliminary. Do not release this to parents. It is preliminary only. It was one of the perks of being the largest team in. So they reached out to me first to have me look it over. We start at 9:15 in the morning and we run through 1:35 is what our time is. If we have to go later, please let me know, Danielle. We'll do whatever we can to help make this a reality. I'm hopeful that we'll be able to have a really good day. If anybody has any questions, please reach out to me. Otherwise, this is your video, coaches or team managers. This is for you guys only. I will be sending one out to parents momentarily. Thanks so much. Have a great day and reach out if you have any questions. Go Parkview DI.